Business is full of ups and downs, so it helps to have a flexible way to pay. Try Business Essentials from O2 Business, the most flexible business tariff around.
Hey guys, welcome to Btekt. It's Gina here with this week's Friday update. Things have chilled out just a little bit around here now that MWC is over, but we are gutted that it's over because we got a sneak peek at so many cool new smartphones. So if you want to make sure that you are aware of when we get them, when they first land in the office, we can unbox them and we can do a hands-on and we can review them fully. Make sure you do hit subscribe, and that is how you will stay up to date with everything brand new we get, like the Samsung S7, the LG G5. Oh, there were so many. There was a ZTE Blade V7. Oh my goodness, there are so many phones and we cannot wait to get our hands on them. So yes, MWC is over and we're gutted about that, but as always with the tech world, there is new stuff dropping all the time, including the Raspberry Pi 3. So Raspberry Pi had its 4th birthday this week and I went along to that launch, and at the launch they announced the Raspberry Pi 3. So Raspberry Pi makes credit card sized computers, which if you hook up a mouse and a keyboard and a screen to, then you've got a full-blown PC for $30. It's crazy. £30 I mean. I am thinking I'm in New Zealand. So it's £30 for one of these computers, which is awesome because if you're just wanting to learn how to make programs or you want to teach your kids how to use the computer, it's so cheap and it's so little you can just put it in your pocket if you really want to. Anyway, I went to the launch and the Raspberry Pi 3 has now got Bluetooth and Wi-Fi capabilities, so they're making this thing even more awesome. Basil has put a video up on the channel on how to set up your Raspberry Pi 3 because you'll pick it out of the box and it'll look like this crazy little green thing full of wires and gadgets and things like that, and you'll have no idea what to do with it. So make sure you do check out Basil's video. He teaches you how to set up the operating system, how to get it connected, all of that jazz, and then away you go. Basil also got a full review up on the Microsoft Surface Book. So if you were following our coverage from MWC, you would have seen that he took the Surface Book to Barcelona, and he really wanted to put it through its paces because he was editing video like mad and he wanted to see how it could stack up against his MacBook Pro. So it turns out that video editing isn't the Surface Book's strong point, but he didn't have a bad word to say about it otherwise. So if you are interested in the Surface Book, make sure you check out his full review. It's on the channel now, and there are also a few vlog updates from his time at Barcelona, which is filmed off the Surface Book, so you really get a feel for how that webcam works as well. So if you do want like a very comprehensive review, make sure you check out all the vlog entries and then his full review too, and you will be so schooled up on the Surface Book. So that's what's been happening at Btekt. Let's take a look at what has been happening in the greater tech world. And for starters, HTC released this random, really elusive video alluding to the M10, or the 10, depending on which rumours you are believing. But there's this random video. It doesn't show you the phone at all. It almost has nothing to do with the phone. It just says that they're working really late trying to make the phone awesome. So that's cool. But we are expecting to first see it in April. So again, just hit subscribe and that is how you'll see it as soon as we do, because we'll have an unboxing and a hands-on and all that jazz as soon as we get it. Google has also rolled out trials of its hands-free payment. So that's just called hands-free. It's very imaginative. Anyway, they've rolled out the trials in San Francisco at certain shops, including McDonald's. So if you're going to have lunch and you eat McDonald's, make sure that you go and have lunch at McDonald's. I wouldn't be going. But anyway, that's my choice, not yours. Basically how it works, it's very weird. You walk up to the counter and you say, I'm paying with Google. And so this face recognition technology looks at your face and then recognizes your face and charges it back to your account. So it sounds kind of creepy and weird, and what if there's someone else in the world that looks exactly like you? I guess we'll find out. But anyway, if that sounds like a bit of you, if you're in San Fran, go to a McDonald's and see if you can try it out and let us know what you think. And if you're not in San Fran, just let us know what you think anyway, because I'm very interested. I don't know, I think it sounds creepy to me, but hey, it may be the way of the future. Is it too creepy? Is it too Big Brother? Or is it downright awesome? Let me know what you think. We're also hearing some rumors about Apple, even though the launch of the iPhone 7 is still a while away. but we're hearing that the iPhone 7 Plus is going to be called the iPhone 7 Pro because not only will it be bigger than the iPhone 7, but it's going to have this crazy good camera which is going to make it almost as good as a DSLR, which is insane, and I would love that and I would buy it hands down, even though I'm now an Android girl. Because just when I'm traveling, I've got my iPhone or my Android, whatever, I've got a phone, but I've also got my DSLR, and that thing is so heavy to lug around and just such a pain, and I don't know, if I could have a 2-in-1, I definitely would. There are also rumors about the iPhone 7S, which is even further away, but people are saying that that's going to have an OLED screen, which is a massive change from IPS, obviously. So we will look forward to seeing if that rumor comes true. So we also have a few new cool gadgets in the office this week, including the Wacom Bamboo Spark. So I have already done a review on the Bamboo Spark. I did that last year, but since I reviewed it, there's been a software upgrade. So if you don't know what the Bamboo Spark is, it's this notepad where you can write your notes, your thoughts, your dear diaries, your drawings, all that sort of stuff, and at the press of a button, it sends all those pictures and words to your phone or your computer, wherever you want it to go. It's since had this upgrade where it can now translate your handwriting into text, which it didn't have when I reviewed it last year. So for me, my handwriting is incredibly messy and it's kind of struggling. It's doing a pretty good job for how messy my handwriting is, but it's not quite perfect yet, and that's because the software is still in beta testing phase. But if you've got neat handwriting, I'm pretty sure it will work 100% of the time because it's close with me, it's just not bang on, but I'm definitely putting that down to my awful scribbling because I have terrible handwriting. Anyway, make sure you do check out my review of the Bamboo Spark. I will put a link on the screen for you right now so you can go check it out because it's entirely awesome, and just remember that it does have that software upgrade which makes it even cooler. So that was us for this week. We do have already some cool things in the pipeline for next week, including this contraption which can act as a dual SIM card slot for your iPhone. So that is exciting, especially if you're going overseas and you don't want to take out your own personal SIM, but you also don't want to pay for roaming charges. It's all too much. Anyway, we will have that on the channel next week, so make sure you hit subscribe if you do want to be in the know about that and about everything else we're doing. And have a good weekend, everyone. We will see you next week.